Graveyard Graves. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. His record is impressive as well at 6 wins and 3 losses. Representing Next Level MMA, fighting out of Tigard, Oregon, Julian Wallace. Your referee in charge of the action, Dave Hagen.
Dave Hagen in there as referee. Has a little pre-meeting with the fighters, told them to keep it clean, do what he says for them to do. And here we go. Wallace, the shorter of the two men, Graves, the taller, both of them in black shorts. Wallace has white shorts, big overhand right, and right in we go.
Wow, some 2 fast, hard punches from Wallace right away.
Graves goes for double overhooks and down to the ground. Wallace postures up. Graves spins around, gets to his knees, comes around front corners, digs a single leg. Wallace is onto it. Slips in the left arm.
Wallace got that takedown stuff from some of his awesome training partners, Eli Peterson, who's fighting for a belt, defending his belt, tonight, and Eddie Dolan, another amazing wrestler from Next Level.
Graves digging for the double leg. Wallace has very good top control, controlling not only Christian's Graves' head, but his left arm, and now he's going for a guillotine. No arms in there, and it's a dangerous spot for Christian right now, and Wallace turns him right around and gets him in a guard. Another very dangerous spot for someone in a guillotine. Christian Graves slips his left arm in there, so now there's an added friend to the party. The chances of the guillotine being pulled off are lowered a little bit, but it's still very tight and very uncomfortable.
Yeah, this would be an interesting feat if he tapped Christian. I mean, Christian, this is where he is most comfortable, being on the ground, being a Desert Dog fighter. I mean, this is his backyard.
And Christian's very smart. You see him bump Wallace to where he's right in front of his head coach there, JT Taylor, in his own corner.
Yeah, and his teammate there, professional fighter Jason Geibels.
Christian still with the arm in guillotine. Anytime that arm is in, you're letting the other artery on the side of your head flow free, so it's not as tight.
And you can see Wallace's experience. He's not going to overexert his arms and blow his arms out too much. He's just going to go ahead and relax. He knew he didn't have it. You see Wallace talking to his corner on the far side.
Graves puts Wallace down, steps over. He's now in half. Wallace still holding on to that head, trying to slip out the left side of Christian on the cage side. Christian's doing a very good job with ring presence, keeping him against that cage though, Spaniard, so he can't slip out that left side.
Yeah, the experience from both of these guys is great, and this is the best part about watching 2 guys like this. I mean, every single move it's like a chess piece. Every piece, every move is to get to that king.
We have short time, 4 seconds left. Christian finally breaks out, postures up, starts landing one. I think he landed one solid right as the bell rang.
Yeah, a lot of swimming there by Wallace. I mean, wow. I mean, and that's how it goes, you know, when you get to high-level competition by 2 great fighters like this.
Just from control, I think I would probably give Christian Graves that round. What do you think?
Yeah, I would have to, I don't know. I'd say that was kind of, in my opinion, that'd be kind of a draw. I don't know. That would be hard to score. I would definitely say that'd be hard to score.
Here we go, round number 2. Dave Hagen waiting for the cage door to shut, get bolted in. He's going to check with his judges, and here we go. Wallace, again, a little bit short of the two. Graves goes down. Wallace loses his footing. Graves charges in. Graves, he's starting to land those kicks, getting that kick train rolling, huh, Steve?
Yeah, Wallace just kind of shook and looked like that was nothing. Both guys got precision striking and kicks.
Wallace steps under a right hand of Graves, steps in,
Wow.
lands a shot, rolls out. Lands another left hook. Wallace lands right on the chin.
Wallace's head movement is amazing.
Wallace has that left hand that's come around now and caught Christian quite a few times. Wallace has an excellent left kick, left hook. High kick from Graves. Left hook again from Wallace. Graves loses his feet, gets back up, and here we are tied up. Over under from Wallace. Graves chucks him off. Wallace right hook lands off the forehead of Graves. Wallace is stepping in, backing Graves up on the cage. Graves returns fire, comes back, center cage we go.
I wonder what it is with the cage. It seems like they're both slipping a ton. Wallace likes to counter strike a lot.
Graves comes up high, doesn't quite have the mustard on it to do any real damage, but still makes connection. Has double underhooks on Wallace. Wallace shucks him off, backs up, gets distance. Wallace now, left hand lands right off the chin of Graves. Look to wobble Graves' legs a little bit. I don't know if Graves is in it right now, Steve. Wallace started to hit.
Yeah, I think he's smelling it. I think he knows he can put on those. That uppercut landed nicely.
It landed flush. The longer he gives Graves, the longer recovery time he gives Graves, the better Graves is going to be, and there's the 10-second clicker.
Oh, those knees.
Wallace comes around, heavy knees.
Right into side mount.
3 seconds left. And that is it. Here we go, round number 3.
Saved by the bell was Graves. That was definitely Wallace's round.
I think that big uppercut at about 25 to 30 seconds left in that round really stumbled Graves. It looked like his legs turned into spaghetti. He wobbled a bit. Wallace just couldn't take enough of advantage to end the fight, but he's still there in the last 10, 15 seconds, a little bit of a beating down on Graves.
Yeah, he really started to get his timing and really started to let his hands go. At first, he kind of was a little hesitant, a little feeling out, and then he really just started to put it together.
Here we go, round number 3. I have each one of these gentlemen winning a round. Could all be decided here in this 3rd round, and here we go. Christian Graves. Wheel kick, I believe that is. Wallace, good footwork. Moving around the outside, looking for an opening. Big overhand right that lands off the chin of Christian Graveyard Graves, and he steps in. He's letting his hands go loose. Graves Legs look a little bit wobbly. He's moving well, though.
Wallace really knows he's got Graves timed. He's got him timed, and he knows it.
Graves comes in, another hard body kick. Straight jab, lands solid. Goes for the overhand right. Christian Graves ducks under, gives a right of his own. Wallace ducks under, and now he's around to side control on his body. Not a good spot for Christian, and Christian goes down.
And straight into side mount, too. He's going to go right to those knees. Those working right for him at the end of the second round, and he's going to straight go to work.
Wallace takes full mount.
That was a nice fake knee straight to mount.
Christian Graves is in a tough spot right now. Wallace now posturing up, getting space. He has the gift wrap, I believe. Yep, gift wrap. Now he's coming around with that right arm.
Wallace is looking to finish this fight.
Wallace now posturing up. He's getting space between him and the bottom man. That's when you know big punches are about ready to come. And Christian does a very good job at sucking Wallace back down.
Yeah, Christian isn't going to give up. He's going to fight everything he's got. He's a really tough kid, but I think, Wallace is kind of outclassing him right now.
Wallace postures up. Christian goes for that arm bar. Graves is wise to it, steps up and gets out. Here we go, back on the feet.
And I think that was kind of a smart move for Wallace because, he was really winning. He was winning the stand-up and doing some really tough things there. So I think this is kind of better for him.
Big left hand lands from Wallace, right to the chin of Christian Graves. That was that left hook that we were talking about earlier. Christian's hands are really held low right now.
Yeah.
In short time in this third round. Big overhand by Wallace. He uses it to come in for a double leg, and that is it. We are out of time.
Yeah, that was it. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys having me. I'm going to come back up and talk to you guys here after a little bit, a couple more fights. I got to get back down there. I think we're going to be bringing pro fighter Glenna Avila in. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. This fight was amazing. I don't see it calling any other way but Julian Wallace.
2-1, that's what I have too, Steve. Thank you very much, Steve Spanier from Northwest Fight Scene.
Thank you very much. Remember, everybody, nwfightscene.com if you want to go get results and see my ugly mug. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
Last two.
And joining me back here in the commentator seat is Heather.
Hello.
Two tough combatants in all 3 rounds. With this matchup brought to you by Straw Hat Pizza in Redmond and Indoor Gardening Supply in Bend. We go with the judges' scorecard. Judge number 1 saw the fight 30-27. Judge number 2 saw the fight 30-27. And judge number 3 saw the fight 29-28. For your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue